many pleasure possibilities in that realm. And I felt like I have more access to my body and my pleasure and more ownership over my body now that I don't have parts of myself like cut off from pleasure.
Nice. All right. This whole conversation has made me a little more confident about trying new things. Suppositories, I don't know. I'll let you know if I get up the guts for that one, but I'm glad to hear that they work for you. That's awesome.
So great.
All right. If there's listeners out there that try them, please email me and tell me how they do, because if there's like 2 or 3 people that tell me this work, I might give it a shot for sure. All right. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you for joining us. And hopefully we'll be able to have you back on soon to talk more about cannabis and sex.
I would love that so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now for your first cannabis news of 2021. Just a few hours before a mob of Trump supporters descended on the U.S. Capitol last Wednesday, the great state of Georgia announced it would be sending 2 Democratic senators to Washington, D.C. Not only is this a power shift for the entire government, flipping the Senate blue, but it also puts a lot on the table when it comes to the potential future of cannabis laws. The MORE Act, which passed the U.S. House in December, is now significantly more likely to be brought for a vote in the left-leaning Senate. And if it goes through the needed amendments and eventually passes into law, the bill would effectively legalize cannabis, expunge minor pot convictions, release certain people behind bars, and restore their voting rights. A state senator in Rhode Island said the Ocean State is working on a framework to legalize recreational marijuana, which will be seriously considered by lawmakers this year. While they're getting closer to hammering out the details of the bill, one thing they can't seem to agree on is who would get to sell the stuff. While all other legal states currently allow private marijuana companies to open up stores, Rhode Island's Governor Gina Raimondo wants a state-run cannabis industry, which she says would give the state the most control and the maximum state revenue. Lawmakers in Connecticut, Virginia, and Iowa have also signaled that they're working on recreational legalization bills for their states. Here in Massachusetts, we've officially said farewell to one of our OG cannabis control commissioners, Shalene Title, who held the panel's social justice seat for the last 3 years. Nerisse Camargo has replaced Title as of January 1st. She's a former AT&T executive who also worked on youth violence prevention programs with Governor Deval Patrick. And Massachusetts Gaming Commissioner Bruce Stebbins also joined the Cannabis Control Commission in January, replacing Kay Doyle. And the numbers are in on the nation's recreational marijuana sales for 2020. According to Leafly, Americans bought about $18 billion worth of legal rec and medical cannabis products last year, which is a 67% increase over 2019 sales. In Massachusetts, despite a brief shutdown of all rec stores, total pot sales were around $700 million compared to $400 million sold in 2019. Oregon topped $1 billion in sales last year, so did Illinois. And in fact, during the year of COVID, Leafly says 9 states doubled their cannabis sales over 2019. Arkansas, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Maine, New Jersey, North Dakota, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. We've got a brilliant lineup of episodes for you this spring, including how our DNA can reveal which cannabinoids work best for each individual person, and how to invest wisely in cannabis companies. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening to us right now so you don't miss an episode. And follow us on social media at Different Leaf, and I'm at Brit the British. A big thanks to our wonderful guest, Ashley Manta. Be sure to check out her book with Mary Jane, The CBD Solution, Sex, and drop in on her podcast, Elevated Intimacy. Thanks as always to our magnificent producer, Andrea Maraskin, and thanks to Homebody for the music.